British Defence Secretary's statement today, Ben Wallace, who talking about Victory Day, more or less said that today's Russian forces are dishonouring their grandfathers who fought the Nazis. And he said, and I quote in there, that what Russian forces are doing now in Ukraine is mirroring fascism.
Well, it's entirely up to his conscience to say such blasphemous things. I can only reply by saying that it's absolutely disastrous and shameless what UK is doing right now, forgetting everything what we were fighting about. And I will only give you one example. I will show you what appeared today at the official page of President Zelensky. Here you can see it in Instagram, and this is an emblem. You see it right now. I will make it bigger. So that's the emblem. Do you know what it is? It's Totenkopf. It's an emblem of a German division, SS division in the Second World War. So he published on the Victory Day an emblem of a fighter of right sector with this emblem, saying that this is a symbol. No, don't interrupt me, sir, please. This is a symbol of fight against Nazism, as he sees it. This was deleted after half an hour, but of course we have a copy of this. And do you know that this Totenkopf division was responsible for murder of 100 Britons in France at the beginning of the Second World War? So it means that UK now is covering Ukrainian authorities which display Nazi symbols during the Victory Day. And these Nazi symbols were used by the same regiments that killed British people. Isn't that a little bit strange?
I'm only interrupting you because you've had your say, and we've run out of time, Mr. Polyansky. Thank you very much indeed to talk to you. And should just say that those images that were shown by Mr. Polyansky, well, we haven't been able to independently verify them. And you're watching Sky News.
Before we get into this video, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, BackupSolarBank.com. What you got here is a beefy backup power bank that can be powered by the sun and through a regular wall outlet. It has a built-in LED flashlight and SOS strobe light features that can be seen far away, a high battery capacity of 20,000 milliamp hours, wireless charging that automatically recognizes most devices, and it has a bi-directional fast charging Type-C port, USB port, and a USB QC 3.0 fast charging output port, which can charge 3 devices at the same time. Do yourself a favor and grab a couple of them for you and your friends. My discount link is in the description below.
All right, so before we get started, let's have a little moment of levity. This is pretty funny, and actually the guy does a good job as he's making a very serious mistake, which he could have gotten seriously hurt by. But watch this. I love the recovery. I love the recovery. He totally saved face. Man, look at this spill. And the guy's not young either. This would hurt a young guy. This guy's, I don't know, what is he looks to be maybe 60 years old. Watch this.
Got it.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, he might feel that in the morning, but he sure did play that off on the video. That's some good stuff. I love humor. Now, I am not going to play all this video. If you want to see all this video right here, I have this posted on my main page on Twitter. So if you want to see this whole thing, and the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to get some kind of strike. I'm not going to show any graphic violence or anything. The video does end up that way, but it ends up that way with the good guy on top and the bad guy out the door with a lot of, let's say he weighed a little bit more going out than he did coming in. Because this guy right here empties his magazine. But this is, I mean empties the magazine. He does not let up on that trigger. This is an example of what we always say. It's better to have a firearm, a personal protection device, and not need it than to need it and not have it. Watch this store get held up at gunpoint. All right, here's this video. Oh yeah, there's a song, so it's probably copyrighted. Let me go ahead and start over. So I don't understand this guy right here behind the desk, just sitting in one of these folding chairs, super calm during this whole thing, almost like he's sedated or something. Super alarmingly calm. It's almost like he's not having it's not an appropriate reaction to the scene that's playing out before our very eyes. Watch this. Again, this is it's got copyrighted music, so I'm not going to play the music. So the guy on the other side of the counter, oops. So the guy on the other side of the counter already has his firearm in his hand, pointing it directly at this guy's head. Now, keep in mind, if you get held up or if somebody pulls out a gun and they're pointing at you at any time, at any moment, that finger could tap that trigger and that projectile is going to come screaming toward your skull or wherever it's pointed at, and your life will, if you still have one, after this incident is over, will never ever be the same. You have to assume that the guy who's pointing the gun is going to end your life. These are your last moments on earth. What are you going to do? Are you just going to sit there? Are you really not going to resist? Are you not going to take the time to go through some strategy on how can I disarm this person and keep the rest of the people behind the counter safe? So he's got the gun, pointing it. He threw, it looks like a mask. Almost looks like he threw a mask at him. So he's probably demanding items or money. This guy right here is about to crawl, and I think he's got, an appendix level personal protection device. Let's put it that way. And he's already using his right arm to draw it out, but this guy doesn't see it yet. Now I think he just did. He takes the hand that he had the firearm in, and like he wants to, pistol whip him, and this guy with the green shirt in the back of his head, but you can see the gun fly out of his hand. Look at that. The gun is right about here. You can see it. Yeah, it just flew back. Now this guy right here has a firearm. Now he's in position. And believe me when I tell you, and if you want to see the rest of it, look on my Twitter page. I'm not playing it right here because you know what happens to channels who start playing this kind of stuff. Oh, you depicted that was gratuitous graphic violence, and you're just doing that so that you can project all this nastiness. Look, if you want to see it, it's on my Twitter feed, for however long it's going to stay up. But this guy, take my word for it, this guy takes this firearm and he unloads on this guy. I don't know the story behind this. I don't know where this was. I don't know who the shop owners were, but I do know when you get hit that many times and if they're hollow points, this guy's for sure done for. I don't know how you can get hit that many times and make it another day, let alone the next 5 minutes. Looks like we're gonna start seeing more of this, because this is probably what was planned when they had that unauthorized leak coming out of the Supreme Court in regard to the possible overturn of Roe v. Wade. And then you had Clarence Thomas coming out yesterday going, it's an absolute disgrace. They've compromised the integrity of the Supreme Court. Guys, there's no integrity with the Supreme Court. For example, if you have Terry v. Ohio, or any of these numerous laws that have no problem trampling the Fourth Amendment right, your Second Amendment right to own a firearm and carry a firearm. If they don't care about your rights, they don't care about you. If they don't care about you, they don't care about your family. The Supreme Court has no integrity, so who cares about the leak? But it does look kind of strange. There is this leak out now. Pro-choicers are even more vehemently against pro-lifers, and vice versa. And this is kind of the outcropping of this. My question is always, when something like this happens, who funded it? Who's really behind it? And what is the purpose for it? And all I can conclude, I can't tell you exactly who did it. Was it Soros? Was it Gates funded? Who did it? I cannot tell you that unless I have absolute conclusive ironclad proof. But I can tell you this. These news articles are written for a reason. They could shove this to fifth and sixth page, but they put this on the #1 page, top trending. They put it on your sidebar on Twitter. They make sure that as many eyes that can see it as possible can, have access to it. And the reason they do it is because they want to continue to divide us, guys. We gotta stop being divided. Understand we have a couple of enemies that we can focus our ire on and get ourselves out of this cesspool, this plantation of slavery. But all I can tell you, I can't tell you exactly who funded it. I have my suspicions. I'll keep it to myself. But we know this is to distract, deceive, divide, demoralize, dehumanize you. And we know fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media is going to constantly put this stuff on the front page. Left-wing protesters torch pro-life organization office with Molotov cocktails. And you would expect nothing less from them. Were they BLMers? Were they Antifers? I wouldn't be surprised. And what did they do? They go through the streets. These people went through, these are the same people that went through the streets of the city, mostly peaceful, protesting as they were getting chains connected to pickup trucks and pulling ATM machines and getting hammers that they stole from Ace Hardware to try to crack open that ATM and then breaking people's windows, black-owned business windows and white-owned and Hispanic-owned business windows. Yeah, minorities got caught up in that too. Minorities who want nothing to do with the BLM movement. Guys, am I for black lives? You bet I am. Am I for white lives? Yes. How about brown lives? How about, different color skin lives? Yeah, I'm for your life, but I'm not for the ideology of the BLM movement, because when you say BLM, when you say Black Lives Matter, you're also saying Patrice Cullors and Hawk Newsom. You're saying if the black people don't get what they want, they're going to burn this country to ashes. Hawk Newsom said that. You're saying what Patrice Cullors said. You're saying, hey, we're trained Marxists. Marxism is antithetical to individual liberties, which seeks to disarm you, disempower you, remove your wealth from you, and take all your rights from you. That's what Marxism is. These people who are promoting Marxism and communism and socialism have no idea what they're talking about. Do they want to be standing in bread lines? Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe that's that sadistic. The Madison, Wisconsin headquarters of pro-life organization has been vandalized with Molotov cocktails. Vandals set fire to the Wisconsin Family Action office early Sunday morning. Now, do you see this? It'll probably happen this way, guys. I'm telling you. They're going to say, and this is the part of the left versus right paradigm lie, but somebody's probably going to fund a campaign to go burn down some abortion clinics now in response to this. And then you'll see it all over the place. You'll see it, like you won't see little Brian Stelter's report on this specifically right here because it was the left attacking the right. But when the right appears to be attacking the left, Brian Stelter's reliable sources is on it, man. Jakey the Snake Tapper, you'll hear it from Rachel Madcow on MSLSD and Chris Hayes. Oh man, they're going to bring out the big guns, and they won't stop talking about it. They'll just keep beating that dead horse until it's gelatinized and running through the grates in the street out to the ocean. There was shattered glass from a broken window covering a corner, and books and furniture had been tossed over and thrown around. Graffiti also depicted a coded anti-police slogan. One of those said, if I can bring this up right here. Gosh, I don't know why it's so slow right here. If abortions aren't safe, then you aren't either. If we're not allowed to snuff out human life, then you aren't safe. We're not going to let you be safe. If you're going to sit there and say that the human life in the womb is worth saving, well, you're not going to be safe from us. You'll see more of these Molotov cocktails. You'll see more of these funded vandalism excursions. Here's the office that was destroyed. I think they have a video of it too. Let's see. Pretty sure they have a video. Here's the outside home office. You know what's so funny? Is I didn't even see this before, but they have this is an anarchy symbol. Anarchy is no rulers. It's kind of synonymous with voluntarism. Voluntarism, one of the first tenets of voluntarism is it's never right to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong. This is a violation of that symbol right there. So you got people co-opting the anarchy symbol. Anarchy does not mean chaos. It just means no rulers. Anarchon, no rulers. Doesn't mean no rules. Doesn't mean no order in society. It just means no rulers. So these people who are putting this anarchist symbol are doing the exact opposite of what anarchists just want to be left alone. Don't rule me. I'll rule myself. Leave me alone. So this is a building that was broken into. And I thought they had a video. Yeah, here's the video of it. Somebody just basically walks into that same office that we saw the picture on. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. The destruction and vandalism of private property because the person who vandalized it thinks differently than the people who run this business. We're going to see more of this, guys, because that's exactly what the military-industrial complex wants. That's exactly what United States federal, state, and local officials want to see. They want to see an upheaval. Why? Because they want to see you in terror. They want to see you in fear. They want to see us at each other's throats. They want to see us divided. They want to see us demoralized and dehumanized so they can come in and take more money from us and abuse us even more and manipulate us and continue to brainwash us. Madison Police Department Chief Sean Barnes said the department alerted its federal partners. Can't you take care of it yourself, Sean? And are investigating the arson with the Madison Fire Department. It appears a specific nonprofit that supports anti-abortion measures was targeted. Due to the suspicious nature of this fire, our arson investigators responded. They are actively working on this case at this time. The Madison Police Department incident report states, quote, flames were seen coming from the facility shortly after 6 a.m. What you're going to see here is a direct threat against us, said this president of the advocacy organization, said of the attack, which comes just days after a leaked draft of the U.S. Supreme Court opinion indicated that a majority of the court would vote to overturn Roe v. Wade in the case of Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health. Imagine if somebody had been in the office when this happened. It is truly appalling. It's unacceptable, this kind of stuff happening. You're going to see it more, and the fake stream media, teleprompter reading corporate psychopaths want that. They want it because that's going to be, hey, we got more news. Trump's not in the office anymore. Can't talk about him every day like we used to. But Trump used to be the bread and butter of the leftist media. Now their bread and butter is going to be, hey, how can we foment division? And don't forget, support Ukraine.
With all the crazy stated plans of the Great Reset, the currency reset, and even the food reset, it's not a matter of if the store shelves are going to clear and there's a lack of food. The question is when. You need to get long-term storable food. It doesn't matter if it's from me or you just go to the store and you buy food. Just grab dry, storable food while you can. If you want to get it from me, you're going to support the channel and you're going to help yourself out because my link has a discount code embedded within it. You can check that out in the description below.